everyone, it's finally here, the RMS Queen Mary's interior tutorial part 1. Now this is going to be extremely difficult and it is not going to be quick in the slightest. I don't think you guys are going to like me very much for the first couple of parts because there is a lot to be done, and for those that don't have World Edit it might take quite a while because the Queen Mary has a double hull and we're going to be double stacking as well. So please try not to dislike me too much and try to stay away from that thumbs down button if you don't mind. So I'm going to mention really quickly the guys I've been working with. Brett the Great 08. He's designed most of the tank top so far while I've been working on the Empress of Ireland. There's Deviol, who researches things for us, finds pictures, deck plans, all sorts of things. It's very helpful. Howling Wolf 05, just generally very, very helpful, helping out like build things and when stuff needs filling in and stuff like that. Cadet tends to be the guy we go to for World Edit reasons. I think he's definitely the most skilled at World Edit so far. And obviously I can't forget to credit Richlarrousse for the exterior either. We wouldn't be here without that. So thanks to him for that. And I think in part 5 I actually do put him to work on this ship because I feel like he should suffer along with the rest of us. So I hope you're all ready for a very heavy part 1 because there's a lot to do. I think even for World Edit users there's going to be a lot to do. It's still going to take quite a lot of time, even more so for non-World Edit users. Currently, for now, Queen Mary is going to release once every 2 weeks, simply because we're still building it and I need to be able to keep up with the tutorials. I need time to sit down and edit it all and all that sort of thing, to make sure we just don't fall behind. And to be honest as well, there's going to be that much to do that you're probably going to need that time as well, because this is really not going to be an easy tutorial. I really cannot stress that enough right now. It's not going to be easy at all. This makes Titanic look really, really easy. So, with all that being said, let's get on with it. Okay, so the first thing to deal with is the floor. You're going to do this from bow to stern all the way down. Block of netherite, of course, like usual. And it's going to sit on the second block up. So all the way from the front to the back, that needs to be the first thing you deal with. Have fun with that one. I told you weren't going to like me very much, especially for this part. Okay, so once you've done that, it's time for the double hull. Now this footage that you're seeing here was from the previous design, before we figured out that it was completely wrong. But this is where I put the double hull in, so I kept hold of the footage. So basically what you're going to do is follow the shape of the ship, only up to a certain point. I think it's 4 blocks above the white line. Obviously we'll double check that in a minute. But it doesn't go up the entire ship. Just wait to see how far up it goes. So yeah, I had to use old footage for this. So ignore the layout. I know it looks different. That's because it was different. But this is just purely for the double hull part of it. And then 4 above the yellow line. So the double hull goes all the way up to 4 blocks above the white line, and you do that all the way down the ship again. I know you've probably just got finished with the floor and now you're going to have to do this. I am really sorry about that, but you are basically just following the shape of the ship all the way up like this, just up to that point. I do suggest maybe doing a line all the way down, so get to your 4th block above the white line and just go all the way down the ship, just so you know what height you're going up to all the way down and you don't make any mistakes and go too far. Pretty much like I'm doing now. If you do this all the way down the ship, You probably won't be able to go wrong, but this needs doing. I'm very, very sorry about that, but I did give fair warning that this was not an easy tutorial. So yeah, from one end of the ship to the other. It probably would be a good idea to pause the video at this point until you've got your double hull in, because we're about to transition back, and when we do, we'll be dealing with the decks then. But obviously this double hull needed to be in first, so I had to just slot this bit in. But now you know what you're doing, it's time to pause the video, actually get it done, and then come back. Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully that wasn't too strenuous for you, but I can imagine it was, because it was for me too. But next we're going to deal with the decks. So your first deck will be here, where the black line is. And then you're going to do that all the way around the ship. Then the next deck will be 4 block gap, and then on the 5th one is your next deck. Do that all the way around the ship as well. And then the next deck, 4 block gap again, on the 5th one is your next deck. All the way around. Then the next one down is 4 block gap again. And then on the 5th one, that should sit directly on top of your double hull. That one should sit right on top of it. Okay. All the way around the ship again. And then a 4 block gap again, and then your next deck. And just do that all the way around as well. So there are your decks for now. So the next thing to do is going to be the bulkheads. So you're going to want to grab your block of netherite for this. And then come down here. Very slowly. Okay, so if you sat on the bottom of your ship, so you stood directly on the floor here, come up to this point here, and it's the 3rd block up is where you're going to do this. So you stood on the floor, 1, 2, 3, so the 3rd block up. So that should be 12 out altogether. And then just bring it down there. Bring it off to the sides there. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to fill this bit in. Just like that. Fill it in there, bring it up there. So from this point, so you got 3 there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 high altogether. Just double check that. 32 high altogether. And then you're just going to take it off to the sides here like this. The same again on this side. Just like that. I'll come back down here and just finish this bit off. So you're just filling that bit in there. Okay, and then all you're doing is filling in the middle bit. Now I think I do fill in every bulkhead on screen. Obviously I will not cut those bits out, but I will speed them up, because right now, currently, sat in the editor, this video is 1 hour and 51 minutes long, so I really need to drastically reduce that time down. So when it comes to actually just filling the bulkhead bits in, after this bit I will speed it up. I probably won't speed the last one up, because that's a bit of a weird shape as well. In fact, there's a few weird shaped ones. I'll probably just speed the easy ones up, just to try and save a bit of time really, because 1 hour and 51 minutes is way too long. But I did say there was a lot to do. To be fair. So you're just going to fill this bit in. I mean, I probably could have done this bit with World Edit and save some time. This is where World Edit is really going to come in handy and save chunks of time. So you're just going to do the same again on this side. I hope you've all got your coffees or your alcohol, whatever it is that you're going to drink to get through this. I have been looking forward to Queen Mary releasing. Obviously it was absolutely heartbreaking to have that delay that we had. That set us behind quite a bit. Queen Mary might have been out a touch sooner if it wasn't for that, but it's finally here, so no worries. Nearly there now. I don't understand why I didn't use World Edit on this bit, but I think this footage was done months ago and I wasn't that great with World Edit, that's probably why. I'm better at it now than I was. But basically that's your first bulkhead in, so that's good. So the next one, just drop down to the middle block here where your bulkhead is, and you're going to count forward the 8th block, and then you're going to take it off to the sides. Just like that. And then it's going to be an additional 16 blocks, so it should be 17 high altogether, this one. For a change I've actually written things down, so I don't have to wait and count. I just didn't have the first bulkhead written down for some reason. But the rest I have written down in front of me right here. So there shouldn't be any mistakes. So that's the second one in. So looks like we're filling that one in now as well. I think I do eventually maybe go on to do these off screen, I can't remember. It's that long ago that I recorded this. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, you're just going to take that all the way up. Okay, so the next bulkhead will be, should be a 14 gap. Yep, a 14 gap, and then on the 15th block is where you put your next bulkhead. Take it off to the sides. Just like that. Okay, and then all together, including the block that's already there, it should be 27 high altogether for this one. So these ones are alright, these are just nice straight bulkheads. And then you're just going to take them off to the sides again. Okay. Just like that. Lovely. Okay, so that's that one done. So the next one, if you drop down here, it should be a 24 gap. And then on the 25th block is where you place your block down. You're going to take that off to the sides again. Just like that. Okay, so for the height of this one, should be 32 altogether, including the block you've already got down. So it should be 32. Okay, and then take it off to the sides. Just like that. Okay, so that's that bulkhead in now. So the next one, here we go. Should be a 25 gap. Yep, so 25 gap, and on the 26th one you're going to place your block down, take that off to the sides. Just like that. And obviously there's going to be some additional things on this one. So the fourth block to the left, pull it forward there by 3. And then 13 there to connect it up. And do the same on this side. So the fourth block to the right, and bring it out by 3 there. And then connect it up to the wall. So that's that. So I think this should be 12 high altogether. Yeah, 12 high altogether. Yeah, just take it off to the sides for now, just to make it easier. I was obviously debating which way to do this. For now, just take these off to the sides. And then we'll deal with the rest in a minute. Okay, so that's that done. So I'll just come to your middle bit here. Fourth block, bring it out by 3. You're basically doing exactly what you did below. And then take that off to the sides. Ignore that other blue line for now. We'll deal with that in a bit. Okay, so I'll do the same on this side. So the fourth block to the left, bring it out by 3. And then take it off to the sides. Okay, so that's that dealt with. Like I said, we'll worry about those other lines in a bit. So the next one should be a 16 gap, and then on the 17th block is where you place your block down. Take that off to the sides. So it looks like I was going to fill the bulkheads in off screen anyway, which is going to make it really difficult for me to save any time in this video. So depending how it goes, I might have to split the video. Let's just do the heart for this one. It should be 17 altogether. Yeah, 17 high altogether. Take that off to the sides. Yeah, I might have to consider actually splitting this video into 2 parts. Because there doesn't appear to be many places where I can save any time. So yeah, we can't really have the first part this long, can we? I may have to split it. But if that's the case, I'll release part 1 and part 2 on the same day, so don't worry about it. Because this was supposed to be just part 1 and that was it. So we'll see. So the next bulkhead. So it's going to be a 25 gap. So 25 gap, and then you should need to place your block down on the 26th block. So 25 gap, 26th block. There we go. And this one's a tad different, so what you're going to do is bring it out by 8 to the left. And bring it up by 25, and then take it off to the sides there. So obviously, as you can see, that's where one of the funnel cases are. Okay, so we'll just do the same on the other side. You can take that up to the wall first if you like. Might as well get that bit done. Okay, so come back to this block here. Eighth block there. I think whatever it was supposed to be, I did just try counting it, but I'll have to count. Was it 25? Just make sure it's matching the other side. And then just take it off to the side here. There we go. Okay. So that's that bit. So that is that bulkhead dealt with. Okay, so before we move on, we're going to deal with the funnel casing. So we're going to count up on this. Seventeenth block up. It's going to do a white line across. I'm using smooth quartz, but it's up to you what you want to use. So I'll do it just a line all the way across there. Okay. then we're going to count it out here now. $20. $14. And then another 19 blocks there, and that's that bit. And then you're going to fill it in the middle. Get that bit done now before moving on. So it's 20 high on the ends. Yeah, that should probably show 21 altogether. Yep. So altogether it's 21 high. You're just going to place an additional 20 there. Hope you're not finding this boring, by the way. I am in full concentration mode right now. There's not really much chance for any banter or conversation. I really don't want to mess this tutorial up, so I'm just concentrating for now. So it's another 20 high. Okay, and then the same again here. Okay. So that's what you should have for now. You're just going to place these in, so you need to count the third block there and one in, and place two down, and the same there. This is facing towards the back of the ship, by the way, so you should be facing the back of the ship when you're putting these in. On the fifth block there, you're going to place black wool. And just do this shape all the way around. There's 3 there. 5. Then 3. 7. 3. 5. 3. 2. And then 1 there. It's basically the shape of the funnel, but obviously it's not the full shape because there wasn't room, but that's what you should have for now. So the next bit I obviously do here is fill the bulkheads in that we've done so far. So this is where I can save some time, so maybe I might not have to split the video if I can speed up enough footage, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just going to speed this bit up from this point. So I made a cut instead. But I brought it back in at this point so that I could show you how to fill this one in, just so you didn't get confused. So you're just going to fill it in on this bit like every other bulkhead. And then this bit as well. This is how you fill this bit in. Yeah, I decided to make a cut instead of speeding it up because it's all time saved in the video. I mean, it is preferable that I don't have to make this into 2 parts really, but basically this is how you fill this bulkhead in. I mean, the video's still sitting at 1 hour and 45 minutes, so I might still need to cut it. I don't think I'm going to be able to shave 45 minutes off this video. I think we'd be damn lucky if I did. Hey, I started using World Edit. It was about time. There we go. I clearly wasn't that useless at it. But you're basically just following the shape for this. I just wanted to not skip this bit, just to make sure that you definitely knew what you were doing. There we go. I'm just going to fill the rest in. There we go. Just this bit now. Nearly done. And what I'll do is, because the next bulkhead's just a straight normal one, I'll cut that bit out as well. Just to save some time. So that's that bulkhead in. Okay, so this is the bulkhead with the funnel casing. So basically what you're going to do, you're just going to fill in the funnel casing as well. Just like this. There we go. We're getting there. Slowly. Very slowly. Okay, nearly done. Okay, that's that bit done. Lovely. So then you're going to come inside, and these two bits here, if I remember right, I think Brett said they're the vents. So that's why they're there. So I'll just bring them all the way up as well. Nice and easy. And then obviously next we're going to deal with the black section. And just bring that up to height as well. That's all you need to do. Just bring all this up to the same height as well. Just like that. And then while you can, use World Edit if it's available. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but the word grey really confuses me on this game. I never know whether to spell it with an E or an A. E or an A. I've got to stop using grey stuff. So yeah, you're just going to fill all this bit in. I hope you're all doing okay so far. Obviously, take breaks if you need to, because obviously by this point you've done a whole lot of filling in. So definitely take breaks if you need to. I mean, this tutorial's not going anywhere, it'll be here when you get back. You know, but I definitely encourage breaks. Don't let it get too much for you. Because this ship's nearly got on top of me a few times. That's for sure. I mean, Jesus Christ, just when I was building the hull of the Queen Mary, because it wasn't on the server at that point, we hadn't made the server or anything, so I was just on, I was literally on bedrock. I didn't have World Edit available, and it took a ridiculous amount of time just to build the hull. I mean, I think it was something stupid like 10 days or something like that. It was just, I thought, oh my god, this is just the outside of the ship. I think I definitely bit off more than I could chew with this ship. I am very lucky that Brett and Kedek and Deviol and Howling Wolf came along when they did. Cause, just to think about doing this completely on my own, it does not bear thinking about. So I'm really glad they came along when they did. I really appreciate the work that they've put in. The level of detail as well is absolutely amazing. It's like the engine room. As much as I'm dreading doing it, it'd be so worth it when it's done, and it's a million times better than probably anything I could have probably come up with. So yeah, I hope you're all going to be happy with it. Oh, that's that bit. Lovely. So that's the first funnel casing dealt with. Happy days. Lovely. So that's what you should have for now. And for now, ignore the blue line that we haven't dealt with yet. We will get to that. That's your funnel casing as well. Stop to admire it for a second. Don't ask me why I was circling this. I don't know why. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing? So it looks like I had a break at that point because I've just cut out over 10 minutes of footage. So that's good. We're down to 1 hour and a half. So I might not need to make 2 parts yet. We'll see. So the next bulkhead needs to be a 34 gap. And then on the 35th block is where you put your block down. So 34 gap. And then on the 35th block, place your block down, take it off to the sides, just like that. Yeah, those blue lines got quite annoying after a bit. I felt like they were just in the way. Okay, so the height should be altogether 27. So you're going to place another 26 blocks on top of this. Just let me mark that one off, because I'm starting to lose track on my paper what I've actually done. So that should be 27 high altogether. Get rid of all this and take it off to the sides. Just like that. And then the same again for this side. I mean, I've managed to shave off, what, 21 minutes of time already? So, it's quite possible I might be able to shave off a bit more, especially if I decide to have another break, because I obviously just left I left it recording when I had my break, so that's come in handy. Okay, so the next bulkhead should be a 16 block gap. And then on the 17th block is where you place your block down. Take it off to the sides. Having it. So yeah, I obviously just left it recording while I went and had a break, probably made a brew or whatever. Made a coffee. And I just left it recording. So I managed to cut a nice juicy 10 minutes or so off. So that was nice. Okay, so the height will be altogether 27. So you need to place another 26 blocks on top of it. Mark that one off now. Oh, yawning again. I do apologise. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. And prior to this, I edited an Empress of Ireland part. So I've not even really had a break between doing that and this. So it's all go, go, go. I've got too much to do. take it off to the sides. That looks like the next bulkhead. We've got another funnel casing to deal with. Second to last one though. So that's that one now. Oh, here we go. So I'll come down here. This should be a 34 gap. And then on the 35th block, place your block down. So 34 gap. And then on the 35th block, bring it out by 8. That's 9 altogether, including that middle block. $26 high altogether. And then just take that off to the side. We're getting there. Okay. So I'll drop back down here. Take this off to the side as well. Okie doke. So I'll come back to this middle block here. And to the left, 8 blocks. $26 high. Then just take it off to the sides again. Okay, and there's just that bottom bit to deal with. And then we can deal with the funnel casing. And then there's only one more funnel casing after that to deal with, thankfully. Okay. So on the 10th block on the inside, place that down there on the 10th block. So 10th block on the inside. And then going towards the front of the ship. 7 blocks there. $14. And then another 6 blocks to connect it up to that bit there. Okay, so on this side, we're going to take it out by 17. Then 14. And then 16 just to connect that bit up there. And then you're just going to fill the middle in, like before. $20 high. So from that point it is, yes, 20 high. So you're just going to do that on all 4 corners. Okay, same again here. And then the last one here, 20 high again. We're getting there. Remember what I said about taking breaks though. Don't let it get too much for you. Okay. So now we're going to place this in. Any second now. So the 4th block in, you want 3 there, then 1, and then 2, then 3, then 5, and back in 3, 2, 1, and then 3 there, 1, 2, 3, then 5, and then 3, 2, 1. And like I said before, it is the shape of the funnels. So you might remember that from Richlarousse's tutorial. So just hover here so you can get the shape. Okay, so what you need to do now is fill the white walls in, and then bring the funnel itself up as well, like we did before, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So we're just gonna double check a few measurements here, just so nobody's confused about anything. So on this side with the shortest bit, from this point here downwards should be 10. And from that bit backwards should be 7. Well, going towards the front of the ship anyway. And then on this side you should have 17. So just double checking a few things there for people. We are getting there. Whew. Time for the next bulkhead. So we need to drop down here and then do the next one. So it should be a 34 block, 34 gap, sorry, and on the 35th block is where you put your netherite block down. So you just count to 34. And then on the 35th block is where you put that down. Obviously just take it off to the sides. Just like that. And then do the other side. I know the markings are slowing things down a little bit, but I don't really want any mistakes with this ship. I really don't. Okay, so once you've done that, this bit should be 27 high. Well, 27 high altogether. All you needed to do was place an additional 26 on top of it. And then you just drag it across like you've done with the rest. and then on this side as well. Okay, that's another bulkhead done. Whew, we're getting there. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. So the next one should be a 16 gap. So let's just count it out. Yep, 16 gap, and then on the 17th one, place your block down. Take it off to the sides again. Annoying outlines. Okay, and then just do the other side as well. Okay, so this middle, well, the height of it, you should need to place an additional 21 blocks. It should be 22 high altogether. Yep. There we go. So from that block to that block is 21, but it'll be 22 high altogether. And then just take it off to the sides again. I know this is getting very tedious, but it needs doing. Can't do the rest of the ship without the bulkheads in. And just do this side as well. And I've only got the next bulkhead written down. I haven't got anything written down after that, so I might have to count them in the video first and then tell you what the gap is and stuff. Okay, next one. Looks like I took a break at that point. And it looks like I also made it a bit easier on myself by reducing the outlines on the next bulkhead as well, which is good. So, for the next bulkhead, come down here, should be a 34 gap. Should be. Yep, 34 gap, and then on the 35th one, place your block down. Then go 8 to the right. And then 26 high, and then drag that across. Obviously I've had to do this slightly differently because of the the funnel casing. Okay, so I'll come back down here and drag this bit off to the side as well, just to finish that off. Right, now come back over here and to the left. It's another 8. There's 26, I believe. Yes. Thankfully I double check it with the wand. 26. And then just drag it off to the sides. So we'll probably be dealing with the funnel casing next. And come down here and just drag this bit off as well. But that is it for my notes. I don't have any other working outs written down, so I'm going to have to count them in the video as we watch it. So I'll deal with this bit next. Okay, so face the front of the ship on this side of the bulkhead, facing the front. And if you come to this one on the left and count up by 17, then get your smooth quartz and just make a line between these 2 points, just like I'm doing now. So that's bits nice and easy. Okay, then round this side you need another 16. And then 14. Oh, 15 altogether. And then come around this way and just line it up with the line that you've already put in. Okay, so that's that, and then obviously fill the middle in as well. $20 high. So let's just check what it is. So on top of that, so it's 20 there, sorry. I think it's 21 altogether. Okay, so obviously do that on all 4 points as well. 4th block in, you're just going to do 3, and then 1 that way, then 2 there, and then 3, then 5, and then come back in this way, 9, 5, 3, 2, and then 1. Obviously we haven't got the entire funnel shape in this one, because I think this one's a tad smaller and it's just the way it worked out with its position in the ship. So that's that one done. So make sure you've done all your sides as well, and then just fill the walls in between, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it should all be filled in now, and even the black bit in the middle, bring that up to the same height as well. I took the liberty of filling in the bulkheads up to this point as well. And also I've written the rest of the working outs down as well, so I don't have to count them in the video. I should be able to give them straight away. So this should be a 38 gap altogether. Whew, we are nearly there. Let's keep going. Stay strong. Okay, so a 38 gap, and then on the 39th block, place it down, but place another one on top of it as well, so you know where your middle block is. And then from there, we're going to go to the right by 12. And then up by 4. Right by another 6. And then back 4. and then just connect it up to the wall from there. And then we're going to do the same on the left side now. So that's 12, up 4, left by 6, back by 4, and then connect it up to the wall. And this bulkhead, obviously you're just going to raise it up to height, but following the shape, because I don't fill this in on screen. And we'll deal with the height now. Altogether, including the 2 blocks that are already there, it should be 27 altogether. So you should need to just put an extra 25 on top of it. I do double check it. And another thing about this bulkhead before we quickly move on to the next one afterwards, there are changes made to this bulkhead in a later video. Just want you to give you a heads up about that. So yeah, you just raise it up to the height, but following the shape. So yeah, but this is the only bulkhead that gets changes as it stands right now. Okay, so I can throw that note away now. The next gap will be 35. So this gap here should be 35. No, sorry, not 35, 39, I was looking at the wrong thing. 39 altogether. Then on the 40th block, place that down. Place an extra one for your middle block. Then you're going to go right by 4, up by 3, and right by another 6. And then down by 3. And then just connect it up to the wall. Yes, my notes are a little chaotic at the minute, so I looked at the wrong thing. I do apologise for that. So just to confirm, it was a 39 gap between the 2 bulkheads. So the same here. 4 left, 3 up, 6 right, 6 left, sorry. And then down by 3. And then just connect it up to the wall. Obviously this bulkhead's going to be the same when we've got the height in. You just follow the shape of it. We'll deal with the height now. I think this should also be 27 in total. So you've got the 2 blocks already. It should be another 25 on top of that. If you need to take a break, take a break. I know this has been quite a long part and I've decided not to split it, so it's probably going to come in at over an hour, maybe, depending if I make any more cuts anywhere, which I don't know quite yet. So here, it's 27 in total. Okay, next bulkhead. Make sure I'm looking at the right notes. Should be a 14 gap. And then on the 15th block, that's where you put your thing down. Take it off to the sides. I also helped myself out by taking most of the outlines out, so it'd go a bit quicker. And this is just a nice straight bulkhead. Do the same on this side. And then for the height, oh, I spotted a random block missing over here. I don't even know how I spotted that. So for the height altogether is 27. You'll place an additional 26 on top of the line you've already got in. Here it should be 27 high all together. And then just take that off to the sides as well. Oh dear, I'm yawning. I apologise for that. So yes, about that bulkhead back there, there are changes made to it in a later video. I think it might be part 4, I think. Yes, I think part 4 is actually quite a short part. But as it stands now, every other bulkhead doesn't get touched. So I just wanted to give you a heads up about that back there, that we will be making an alteration to it later on. Okay, next one should be a 23 gap. Then on 24th block, place your block down, take it off to the sides. So the only thing I don't like about Java is the fact that you can't drag blocks like you can on bedrock. I found it much easier doing lines on bedrock. Okay, as for the height, you want to place an additional 26 blocks on top, so it'll be 27 altogether. Whew. And then after this, we'll be on to the last one. It's a bit of a funky shape, but it's still easy enough to do. Okay, let's do the same here. Right, that's that one done. On to the last one now. Thank God. Right, it should be a 35 gap altogether. So 35 gap, and then on the 36th block, place your netherite block down. Yeah, and just take it off to the sides there. Okay, and then we're only going to take it up by 6 more blocks here. Okay. And then what you're going to do from that 6th block there is just drag it all the way back until it meets your double hull at the front there. Okay, so we will count from this way, so you want to count back 14 blocks, and on the 15th one you place that there and you take it up by 5 and then just connect it up to the sides there. And then for this bit here, just take it back until it meets your double hull. And then what we'll do before we finish the height of this bulkhead, just fill it in as well. I decided to do that before moving on. So you're just going to fill it in, just like that. Nice and easy. And then this bit as well. Okay, on this side. I hope you've all followed along okay so far. I know it's been quite a long part, this one, but I wanted to try and I want to try and like reduce the amount of parts that this thing is going to be, because I have no idea how many parts this tutorial is going to take. I think Titanic was what, 64 altogether. So I'm trying to fit in as many parts as I can. I mean, I could have split this into 2 parts, but I thought I would really like to get the bulkheads done all in one video. At least, you know, the layouts and stuff like that. because there's so much work to do before we can even fill the rooms in. You know, there's a lot to do. So I didn't want it being like 10 parts before we even got to like filling the rooms in or anything. So I do apologise for the long part, but it needed doing. Okay, so now that's filled in, we will deal with this last bit here. So that should be 20. Yep, no, it's 20 high on top of that bit, and then just connect that up to your walls. And that's the last bulkhead dealt with. We got there in the end. Should have taken these bits out really. It's all time wasting stuff, isn't it? But I have to have the outlines because there is no way I would remember all of this. And it's okay like writing things down on a piece of paper, but when you can't remember what it looks like, it's near enough impossible. So I do apologise for the outlines, but I need them. Because if I don't know what I'm doing, then there's no tutorial, is there? It kind of gives you a glimpse as well what stuff's going to look like. So it looks like I'll probably be making a cut here and filling in the bulkheads, so I will be right back. Okay, so that is it. We made it through part 1. Yay! Well done, everybody. We got there in the end. I imagine it's been much longer for you than it has been for me in this last hour and, 13 minutes? But I managed to shave quite a lot of time off this video. I mean, what was it when I first got it in the editor? Like an hour and 48 minutes long. I managed to get it down to an hour 13. I'm happy with that. I hope you've all followed along okay as well. Not had any problems. But this is what your Queen Mary should look like now. I know there's still blue lines there. I haven't forgot about them. They will get dealt with in part 2. Like I said, there's still a lot to do yet. So, take a deep breath, go lie down in a dark room, and I hope to catch you in part 2. Thank you for watching.